Do not use Google Sites to build your website unless you really understand the trade-offs. I've been burned personally by this exact concept before, where I actually lost everything, lost control to several sites and all the code and so forth. Do not be put in this situation without understanding these trade-offs, which I'll get into right now. I've even put together a little slideshow: Google Sites websites, pros and cons. And by the way, my name is Jameson Saunders. I'm a professional software developer, and this is my opinion on using Google Sites. The pros to using Google Sites: it is easy to set up pages, design things. They've got plenty of templates. Just look at all these awesome templates: family template, portfolio, work, help center, project, team, small business. It's also fairly easy to set up SEO, search engine optimization, and that's because Google also controls the Google Search Console, where you can manage your listing and make sure you appear in Google search results. That's at least where you manage it. Actually, getting your website to rank is a completely different story, but at least you don't need to verify your website with Google because you already built your website there in the first place. On the other hand, if you were using anything else other than Google Sites, you would need to do an extra step where you verify with Google, the Google Search Console, that your website is indeed yours, and then you can add it to the Google Search Console. Another pro is Google Sites websites are fairly easy to maintain, as long as in the future they don't go and rearrange all of their buttons and things and change the layout and also remove support for some old elements. I doubt they would do that, but as long as they don't, it should be fairly easy for you to maintain. Here is inside the editor. You can double click things and edit the text to whatever you want, and then you just click publish. And now let's get to the cons of Google Sites. Firstly, there is a Google Sites advertisement. Down here in the bottom left, there is an information icon, and it shows that this site was made with Google Sites. If you click on that, then that'll take you to workspace.google.com, where it's pretty much an advertisement for Google Sites itself. Second, and most important, you have lack of control. You do not control your website. It is hosted on Google Drive, and if they want to, they could shut down your account and remove access to your website files. You wouldn't have the code. You wouldn't have anything. You'd have to start completely over from scratch. There are some tricks I've seen where you can get this automatically exported, and that's a pretty good intermediate option if you wanted some type of backup plan. But ultimately, your website and the maintenance thereof depends on the Google Sites cloud product. If there's an outage, if they decide to terminate your service, for whatever reason, disagreement of politics, poor account behavior, something like that, if your account gets terminated or you otherwise lose access to the Google Sites, you don't have access to your code anymore and you can't maintain it properly because it was built using a website builder. And lastly, here I'll mention it has limited customization. You're using a website builder, and so it's really limited to what that website builder will let you do. If you contrast this with building a website from scratch, hiring a developer, or vibe coding something, I guess, as long as you have the code that controls the software, then now you're in control and you can do whatever you want as well. That's my warning for you to think twice before you use Google Sites or any other website builder for that matter. Same arguments would apply there as well. If you want someone to build a website for you from scratch, or look at taking what you have and perhaps getting it off of these website builders and getting you the control that you need for the long term so that you can maintain your website, I'm the founder of Saunders Tech Labs, where we build software right. And if you'd like a free consultation, there's a link in the description below. Thanks for your consideration, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.